Hey everybody, Dungeoneer here. Today we'll be continuing our adventures in Dead Space. Oh, sounds like we're getting close. Okay, we got it in here. Run over here, hopefully we'll start the fight that's inevitable for this room. Collect all the items. And the power node. Looks like we have 3 right now. Hopefully we can find a bench somewhere. And grab this before we move forward. Surprisingly, no fight in this room yet. Interesting. At the end. It appears so. Oh, hello. Are you dead? Yeah. Go ahead and grab all this ammo. Sometimes when you hit the bodies, it sounds like there's an enemy behind you. Because they do a little floppy flop. Can I walk over this? Yeah. Okay. Do I get to drop the giant boulder on it? After this? Oh, fine. Okay. Anyway. This is doing pretty well. Back where it belongs. Loader. Oh, hi. It's Neo coming. and reload it. Do that. Watch this.
Thank you, Isaac.
You're welcome.
I always believed in you. I knew you'd return to me. We are whole again, Isaac. We are whole.
I'm back up. A little worried.
Emergency. Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released.
Decontamination cycle activated.
Isaac, you really didn't think I was just gonna walk away, did you? I can't do that. Marcus coming with me. It's a shame. I was starting to like you.
Well, you left me to
Even if you are
die.
insane. What, you don't believe me? Take a look at yourself. Better yet, take a look at the video from Nicole. And this time, watch it right to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. It's strange. Such a little thing. In the end, it all comes down to this one little thing. I didn't want it to end like this. I really wanted to see you again. Just once. I loved you. I always loved you.
Just like kind, just like the captain. Nicole has been dead this whole time. Whatever you were seeing was caused by that. You are its pawn. But don't worry. It will be in good hands now. Far away from this damn place. Goodbye, Isaac.
I just worked so hard to get that in. And their fourth power node. Okay, she's gonna have to spend a hot minute getting it through all those bridges and stuff. Successfully looted big room here. Yeah, so let's continue forward. Okay. And you can ignore me. I'm just gonna drop a quick save here. okay. I don't think I need anything in the store. We're gonna upgrade the bench at the bench though. We have 4 power nodes, so we'll go ahead and upgrade our health again. Perfect. Plasma cutter doesn't need anything else. Pulse rifle. 1 more. Well, I can buy the reload, I guess. So we can reload a little bit quicker. I don't see a need to buy anything else at this point. I think we're close to the end of the game here. It's just checking. We're supposed to go out over here. Dang, she did those bridges a lot quicker than we did.
Oh my god.
Oh. I don't think she's gonna be getting away now. And I'd say that's a hive mind if I've ever seen one before. Reload, sir. Where are you eating? There we go. Assuming that's phase 1. Strafing back and forth. So far, this seems to be doing pretty good. Focus here a little bit. So far, it seems pretty straightforward though. Just left and right. Really good. Had to jinx it there. Alright, just need 1 more. And then we'll move on to whatever I'm sure is after this. that's not it. Oh wow. Maybe it is. Yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, let's get out of here before that thing changes its mind.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
And just like that, that is the end of Dead Space. So we're going to go ahead and let these credits roll. As we do so, we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the game. Like I had said at the beginning of this is the first time I've ever played any of these games. I didn't really know what to expect going into this, other than it was supposed to be a very intense, scary type of game where you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, I would say that is pretty accurate information there. I knew there would probably be a lot of attempted jump scares. I mean, honestly, there was only a few scenes in this where I was a bit surprised by what was going to happen in regards to jump scares anyway. For the most part, as I was going through the rooms, I kind of expected some of them, and then really the first one that got me, I would say, is the first time I was in one of the videos I was starting, and I had stopped in a particular room to end the video since I was trying to keep them about a half hour long each, and I was giving the introduction and saying what we had done last, and then I walked into the next room. I was still talking about what we had just finished up last episode, and as we done so, a giant tentacle comes out of nowhere and grabs your leg and throws you onto the ground, and I just immediately stopped talking and was like, what do I do? So that would be the most surprising part, I would say. Overall, the story was really good. I was surprised. It did leave me guessing all throughout. I kind of did these little out loud thinking that I was doing throughout the thing, trying to determine who exactly was doing this and what their ultimate goal was. And interesting that it ended up being the government, after all, even though they were trying to lay blame on the church there for a hot minute through near the end there. But I was a bit surprised, honestly, about that one gentleman that was found throughout the ship, and he was like one of the core members of the church. He had killed the captain and then was doing a lot to sabotage the ship. And then ultimately all he does is sacrifice himself to be turned into one of those creatures. In a pretty lackluster scenario. I mean, it's just kind of like where I just opened a door and he was being turned into one of the creatures by the flyers. which those really didn't end up being an issue for me. You could take them down pretty easily. But it was just seemed pretty lackluster. It made him out to be kind of the main protagonist and who caused the problems on the ship, but in actuality it was the marker itself causing the problems, even though the members of that church kind of knew what they were getting after, but I guess they didn't realize what they were going to be turned into for the most part, I'm sure, until it was too late for most of them. But so confused why that one guy still wanted to be turned into one of those after he seen what exactly he was being turned into. Doesn't seem like he very much thought out his end goal there. I guess he just kind of didn't know what else to do at that point. And yeah, but overall I thought the story was really interesting, and the fact that we're slowly going crazy throughout and we start seeing more and more of her, to the fact that we believe we see her in person and she helps us at some point. And then ultimately she comes back and helps us again, Nicole. And then it's proven to us that she in fact is no longer living. And honestly, that's really sad for our character. And then finally, that face reveal at the end of our character. We know throughout the entire game we've seen the back of his head at the beginning up until the point he puts on his helmet and begins his journey here. But it was nice to see his emotion and everything after all of the horrors and disgusting, vile things he's had to deal with over the past, I don't know how long I've been playing. I believe it said 8 hours or so. So he's been through a lot over the past 24 hours, we'll say, from getting the call for the ship to the emotions brought on by that, and his girlfriend / wife trying to go save her, and ultimately figuring out that he was already gone. But that face reveal at the end, just seeing the emotion that was being portrayed on him, and then finally that very last scene where I believe that's just showing how crazy he has become due to the marker and being around it for so long, as we've seen throughout the ship as well, with the different people we met. As soon as we showed up, they were doing something crazy, or like we've seen the guy holding his own leg and another person performing surgery when they didn't look like a surgeon to me, and just all manner of craziness. So I imagine we're getting along that same boat. But knowing, since this game is a little bit older, that Dead Space 2 and 3 are still in the future, I wonder if this is going to be the same character we follow along, if Isaac will be the same one doing all 3 of these games or not. So overall, I gotta say this is a very fantastic game, and kind of saddened I hadn't played it sooner at this point. Honestly, it's one of the top games I played this year. I'm completing this in 2022. That's saying a lot, considering this year of Elden Ring for one, and Pokemon Legends Arceus. I was just finishing that up today, actually, and we'll see what the future holds for the rest of 2022. But I'd say this is one of the top games I played this year, honestly. Alright, look at that. I get rewards. Oh, impossible mode unlocked. This game is very funny. Very, very funny. Okay. I'm clicking enter. There we go. Oh yes, I would love to save. Alright, so that brings us to the grand conclusion of Dead Space 1. So, hope you made it through all those ramblings I did in the credits, but overall I'd say this is a fantastic game, and if anybody is interested in the horror genre, I would say this is definitely one of the top games I've played recently. Honestly, just great gameplay. The movement and stuff was kind of very interesting to get used to. I ultimately ended up using a keyboard and mouse instead of a controller, even though I believe this game was on Xbox and PlayStation. I couldn't tell you which consoles it was originally on, 2008. So, yep. I'm not really a history buff when it comes to when the console's released, but it was on consoles originally, but I still feel like the keyboard and mouse were the best way to go on that. But overall, I would probably give this game a 9 out of 10. I didn't really have any overtly difficult or impossible things to deal with. I thought it was a great mix of the light puzzles it had, as well as the nice jump scares it was going for, and the just overall atmosphere of this was very chilling and grotesque at some instances. And overall, the mystery and the suspense really just did it for me. So yeah, let me know down in the comments section, you know, if you'd be willing to tell me what you thought about this playthrough. This is one of the first full playthroughs of a story-driven game that I've completed for the channel here. So yeah, just any feedback you want to provide, maybe something I did or didn't do that you maybe wanted to see included or taken out. So yeah, I guess with that, thank you for going along with me on this journey. We may be picking up Dead Space 2 and 3 here in the future, but yeah, just stick around on the channel and go ahead and drop a like on the video if you made it this far. And finally, thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in our next adventure.